Fabulous. So when you find that comfortable starting position, as always, taking our scan of the body, starting from the top of the head and moving to the tips of the toes. As you take that scan, noticing without any judgment where those points of tension are this evening, where those spaces are that could use a little bit of extra love and care as we get into our flow tonight. And also those places that feel particularly good, maybe from a little bit of rest that you got this weekend, or maybe some movement that you were able to do this weekend. As you complete that scan of the body, go ahead and begin any initial range of motion that will feel good for you to get your practice started off on the right foot for you this evening. So as always, it can be one of those ranges of motion that we do together and you just want a little bit of extra of this evening, or maybe something a little bit different. Maybe you started at hands and knees and you want to move to that cat and cow, that child's pose to cobra. Maybe you just hold some kind of nice easy stretch, and we'll take from here just about 4 more nice deep breaths in any of those initial ranges of motion. And 2 more nice deep breaths, either just to even out or to find that little bit of an extra stretch in that final round. And then when you finish those last 2 in that initial range of motion, I invite you to go ahead and make your way over to comfortable seated. We are going to start with those couple of initial all together. For each of them, we're just going to do them 2 in each direction, and we'll move from one right into the next. So we'll start with our roll of the head and the neck. That inhale finds that super long spine. That exhale drops the chin to the chest. From there, twice each direction. So right here towards that right shoulder. As always, you can reach down towards the side. Exhale brings us center, and then the left ear to left shoulder. And then just one more time each direction. So right ear to right shoulder, and then left ear to left shoulder. When you finish that second time, that next exhale drops the chin back to the chest. And the inhale lifts the head back up at center. From there, we'll go into our shoulder circles, 2 each direction, up towards the ears, down and back, nice big rolls. When you finish those first 2, just go ahead and change directions, nice and easy. And if you're moving a little slower than me, just keep moving at your pace. That's totally fine. After that second roll in that second direction, relax those shoulders, lateral stretch up next. So next inhale takes us up. Exhale, first direction. Inhale up through center. And then second direction. Same thing one more time each way when you finish those. And then after this lateral stretch, we'll go right into that spinal twist. So take your time on that first and second direction, that second time. And then when you finish it, go right into that first direction twist. So that next inhale brings you up, that exhale brings you down, shoulders towards that side wall. Same as always, arms low or high as you come through center. Exhale, second direction. And then one more time each way. When you finish those spinal twists, bringing it right back to center, and then relaxing those arms down and around, relaxing those shoulders nice and low away from the ears. We're going to do a seated cat and cow twice each direction. So if you have the legs crossed, you can place the hands right on the outside of those knees. Use them as a little bit of support. If you don't, wherever they fit, wherever they land is fabulous. Maybe knees are bent, feet are planted. With our exhale, we're going to go ahead and round the spine out towards that back wall and put that little bit of pressure into those palms, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Inhale presses the chest forward, rounds the spine forward, looking up, lifting the chin. Same thing one more time each way. Exhale, a little pressure into those palms, lean it back, open up the spine, and then inhale, press it forward. Exhale just kind of brings you right back to neutral, releases that pressure. And then we're just going to do 2 nice, easy forward folds. So you can take your option for your leg formation for your forward fold. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you find your butterfly, maybe you take the legs long, maybe you take them long and wide, wherever you would like to go with that initial forward fold. We're gonna inhale, find your long spine, and then exhale, go ahead right into that fold, whether you hinge at the hips first and then relax into it, or relax directly into it. So wherever those legs landed, whether it's that butterfly, whether they're out long, whether they're in a little bit of a straddle, taking that nice stretch right down the center. Fabulous. With your next inhale, wherever it comes, go ahead and roll it back up. And then we'll just go into it one more time. If you want to keep the same leg position, you can. If you decided that you want to change it for that second one, you can as well. Go ahead and find your long spine, and then go ahead and fold forward into it wherever you need to be there. Again, as always, rounded spine, flat spine, maybe a little bit more of a stretch for the legs, maybe a little bit more for the back. If you're in that butterfly, maybe those hands are on those ankles and those elbows aim towards those knees to send them a little closer towards the mat. Go ahead and take one more nice deep breath. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and roll it back up. Nice long spine. We're making our transition over to hands and knees. So go ahead and make your way over there. Find those knees underneath those hips, those wrists, either as always underneath those shoulders or a little bit out in front, depending on how the wrists are feeling this evening. We'll go right into that cat and cow when we get there, just a couple times at your own pace. Not for any specific number or count, but just finding that nice spinal range of motion at a pace that feels good for you. So as always, a little faster or slower is fine. Excellent. Go to one more nice deep breath in your cat and cow. When you finish that, go ahead and just bring that spine back to neutral. And since we are going to do some twisting, some lateral stretching, we'll do both of those as our warm-up. Our first one is going to be an active thread the needle into our spinal twist. I'm going to start with my right hand. I'm going to lift up nice and high. And this one, as always, you can take at your own pace here. So our exhale brings us down and through almost all the way to the floor, but not quite for that hold. And then our inhale brings us back up. Again, if you'd like to find a little bit slower, more controlled range here, you can. If you'd like to keep moving a little faster with each breath, you can. We'll do a couple here, and then we'll finish that with a hold. Excellent. So from wherever you are, give me one more lift, and then that next time you come down and through, go ahead and pause there. You can place that shoulder down on the floor if that feels okay. And same as we've had the last couple of weeks, 3 options here. The hand can stay here or here. You can find that half bind, or you can find that active range of motion, that T-spine range of motion where those palms come together. You find that open and close for a little bit deeper of a spinal twist. As always, if one of those doesn't feel good, but another, feel free to find it. Excellent. Take one more nice deep breath in that spinal twist on that first side. And then go ahead and plant that left hand. One more lift with that right hand. And then place it down next to the left. From there, same thing, other side. Left arm, lift and lower. A couple times at your own pace. Fabulous. From wherever you are, go ahead and give me one more lift up towards the ceiling. And then on that next time down and through, go ahead and find that hold. Same options. As soon as you get there, that shoulder can come to the mat. You can keep that hand planted. Take it out long, half bind with the arm around behind the back, or that T-spine range of motion. Palms start together, lift and lower for that little bit deeper of a spinal twist. Excellent. One more nice deep breath there. And then go ahead and set that right hand back down onto the mat, whether you're in that bind, that T-spine, or something a little different. Left hand lifts one final time. And then our exhale brings that left down next to the right. Final one here before we get into our flow is going to be our lateral stretch from here. So I want you to start from this hands and knees position, look over that right shoulder, pull that right hip up towards your gaze. From there, you can stay right here if that feels good, or we can take it a little bit deeper. First with the leg. So I'm looking over my right shoulder. I'm going to take my left leg, step it out behind as if I was going to put it into a plank, and then around to the outside of that right leg. If you feel stable and balanced there with that extra little bit, you can also lift that left hand and bring it around to the outside of that right hand. So I'm creating a whole ton of length from my left fingertips all the way around the outside of my body to my left toes. If you feel unstable in this or this doesn't quite work for you, you can take any of those given options without one of the others. One more deep breath here. And then let's go ahead and bring it back to center. So plant that hand if you took it around, plant that knee if you took it around, bring your head back to center, bring your hips back to center. Same thing other side. So go ahead and look over that left shoulder, pull that left hip up towards your gaze. When you get there, take that pause. This side could be different than the other, and that's okay. Then next option, that right leg can step out nice and long and around behind for that little bit of an extra lateral stretch. And then again, if you feel stable, you can take that right hand and bring it around to the outside of that left hand for a little bit longer of a lateral stretch across that right side of the body. And if this side's different than the other, as always, that's totally fine. Maybe something felt good on this side that didn't on the other, or vice versa. And that is absolutely fine. You know your body best. Take the option that works for you. Deep breath here. And then let's bring it back to center. Plant that right hand, plant that right knee. Spine nice and long. First inversion, big lower body stretch. Let's take it to our downward facing dog. Turn those toes under, press those hips up and back. Take your time here for a couple of moments. Maybe start with that gentle bend in those knees. Maybe start with the head a little bit lifted. Maybe we pedal out those heels and walk the dog. Maybe you shake the head in your yes or no range of motion, nice and slow. Maybe something a little bit different that I didn't mention, but you know is going to feel good. 2 nice deep breaths here. Excellent. And then we're going to walk this forward into our forward fold. So you can go ahead and step those feet forward to meet those hands at the top of the mat. Finding your forward fold. As always, feet can be right underneath those hips or a little wider or narrower if that feels good. Finding that nice stretch. Again, another inversion, so feel free to have that gentle bend in those knees. Maybe that slight lift of the head if that full inversion doesn't feel great right now. One more nice deep breath here, just like that. And now let's roll it all the way up to our extended mountain. So inhale takes us up, arms up overhead, extended mountain. All right, we're gonna take one lateral stretch. Right hand is gonna come down towards your side. Left arm is gonna come up over top. So nice big stretch to the left side of the body. I want you to really ground your left foot into the mat as you lift through those left fingertips. Our inhale is gonna bring us back to center. We are not gonna do that second side right now. We're gonna take it back to our forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. We're going to take one halfway lift here. Inhale to our flat back, long spine. And then we're going to turn it into a spinal twist. So that same arm, that left arm is going to lift. I want you to keep your spine nice and long and just open up here just like we kind of would into our balance, into our half moon or something like that. But just working on opening that chest towards that left wall. Exhale, bring it back down to center and then relax into that forward fold once again. From here, we're taking it to our crescent. We're keeping the torso low. Right leg is going to step back nice and long. Torso stays low, but right knee stays off the mat. Another twist, just like we did before here. Right hand, fingertips down on the mat. Left arm opens up. Now from here, I want you to just think for a moment about that core. Make sure it's nice and active. We don't have too much pressure through that wrist. So if you couldn't momentarily lift those fingertips off the mat, probably a little bit too much downward pressure. I want that core to be active. Exhale brings that left hand back down. Fabulous. From here, we're going to go ahead and take it into our full crescent, lift the torso, sweep those arms up. Nice long torso, nice bend in that left knee. Right leg is long if that hip allows for it. Warrior two, right heel turns down, arms open. Another nice left side body stretch. Flip that front palm, peaceful, lift it up and back. Exhale brings us all the way down, cartwheel it down, left hand, right hand up and over and down, right heel lifts. Downward facing dog. Step that left foot back to meet the right. So one more moment here in this nice downward facing dog. Give yourself that second in that inversion. Excellent. All right, here we go. We're going to take it to our three-legged dog. Another side body opener, this time for the hips. Left leg, press it up and back. So that right foot is planted, our left leg is up. We're turning in the same direction for that three-legged dog to our hip opener. So bend that left knee. Those toes come over towards that right wall, and that hip opens to the left wall. So same concept as where our shoulders were going, but just with those hips this time. Go ahead and bring that leg back nice and long. Find your balance again. Set that foot down, and then we're going to shift it out into our high push-up plank position. High push-up plank position here. All right, one more chest opener for me. Left arm is going to lift. Heels are going to turn to the side. We've got our T plank, our side plank. Right hand is down. Left arm is lifted. Excellent. Go ahead and set that left hand back down. Next to the right, we're in our high push-up plank. Toes or knees, chaturanga. Lower it down all the way till the chest meets the mat. When you get there, extend those arms out nice and long. Lift into that Superman. Feet and arms lift. If that doesn't feel good, you can keep those feet down. Excellent. While you're still lifted, pull those arms in into that lat pull. Hands right outside the chest. We're going to set the feet and the hands down at the same time and then press up into that Cobra. As always, baby Cobra is a fabulous option here. All right, excellent. Go ahead and activate that core. Turn those toes under, hips up and back, down, dog. Brief three-legged dog. Left leg is going to go up and back, and then we're going to take it immediately forward into that lunge. So bend your right knee, sweep that left leg forward, keep the torso low. Warrior three, we've got just a brief balance. We're stepping our weight onto that left foot, that planted foot, lifting those right toes. Start to lift that torso if you can. No chest opener here. We're just going to take this right foot down next to the left. So right down into that fold. And then into our chair to finish us off. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Fabulous. All right, let's stand it up tall. Next inhale takes us up. Lateral stretch, second direction. Left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Press that right foot into the mat as we lift those right fingertips. Inhale takes us back up to center, and we're taking it right into that fold, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift brings us to that flat back, that long spine. And then here comes that twist. Left fingertips stay down, right fingertips open up, chest opens towards that right wall. Excellent. Next exhale takes us back into that forward fold, rounding the spine into it. Find that nice stretch. Fabulous. All right, here we go into that crescent with the low torso. First, left leg is going to step back nice and long this time. Left fingertips are going to stay planted. And then that right hand is going to lift up towards the ceiling. So we're facing towards that front leg, that right knee. Again, if you've got enough weight on your hands that you can't lift your fingertips even just for a moment, then I want you to think about activating that core a little bit more, lifting that torso a little bit more. Excellent. Exhale, bring that right hand down to surround that foot. And then we're going to bring it up into our crescent lunge. Sweep those arms up, find your balance. Warrior two, left heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful for that front side body stretch. Flip the front palm, lift up and back. Next, exhale, cartwheels us all the way down. Right hand down, left arm up and over, and down, left heel lifts. This time, we're going to skip that downward facing dog transition and go right into our three-legged dog. So go ahead and plant those hands. Send that right foot up and back, three-legged dog, and then we've got that hip opener, bending that right knee, opening those hips towards that right wall, same way that we were the shoulders. And now you can always open this one a little bit less if you're feeling a little off on that balance, if this doesn't feel great, or a little bit more if you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with it. Excellent. Go ahead and send that right leg long again. Close those hips. Send it down next to the left. Out into that high push-up plank position, shoulders over wrists. And let's find that T plank. Left hand stays planted. Right arm opens up. One more spinal twist here. One more opening towards that right wall. Excellent. Go ahead and send that right hand down next to the left. Toes or knees, chaturanga all the way down. When you hit the bottom, chest meets, send those arms out long, bring it right up into that Superman. Fabulous. Let's find that lat pull down to bring those hands down towards the chest. Plant the hands right outside. Those feet come down, that torso lifts, Cobra or baby Cobra. Activate that core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Brief three-legged dog, right foot presses up and back, bend the left knee, sweep the right leg forward, plant it down, ready to go into our balance, our warrior three, taking your weight over that right foot. When you're ready, you can start to lift. As always, with your warrior three, hands can go where they're most comfortable. Toes can always stay near the ground. If you feel a little more comfortable like that, just finding that long torso. Toes maybe just lift an inch or two. Nice. Next, exhale, steps your left foot down next to the right. We're in that fold. And let's take it into our chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Excellent. Next inhale, stands us up nice and tall. Exhale, circles the arms down and around. All right, here's our first opportunity for a sip of your beverage if you'd like it. Take a moment. If not, maybe there's a range of motion that you would like, a spinal twist or something like that. Feel free to take it. We've got about 3 nice deep breaths here. As we get grooving, we're going to do that again. We're going to do it a little faster. Picking up our pace a little bit. All right, all right. Fabulous. Okay, so when you get back from your sip of your beverage or your other range of motion, go ahead and take those feet right underneath those hips, back to the top of our mat. We're going to start with our single side lateral stretch, but first an inhale to take the arms up overhead. So our inhale takes us up. Right arm is going to come down, left arm is going to lift. Next inhale lifts us back up, nice and long. Exhale into our forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift to our flat back, our long spine. All right, here comes that spinal twist. So that right hand stays down, that left arm opens from that long spine. Now this one, if you'd like to, maybe you reach down a little bit further with those right fingertips if that feels okay. That's a little too intense. Keep it at that halfway lift position. Next exhale brings that left hand down, finds us back in that fold. All right, we're going to take it back to our crescent. Right foot's going to step back nice and long, toes down, heel up, right hand stays down, left arm opens. Into that spinal twist. Again, test and make sure you've got that activation of that core nice and strong through that left leg. Exhale brings that left hand back down. All right, let's take it back up into our crescent. Find your balance, sweep those arms up. Nice tall torso, nice long arms. Excellent, peaceful. Right foot comes down, right heel comes down, arms open, hips open. Excellent, flip that front palm, lift it up and back. Front side body stretch, cartwheel it down, left hand, right heel. 3-legged dog comes next, plant those hands, send that left foot up and back. You can stay right here. You can find that hip opener with that left knee bend. Those hips open. Again, a little less is fabulous if you're a little less stable. A little more is excellent if you would like to challenge yourself a little bit extra this evening. Next inhale lengthens that left leg. Send it down next to the right, downward facing dog. Let's send it out into our high push-up plank position. A little bit more of a hold in this plank this time. Check out that positioning. Make sure that those shoulder blades are pulled apart. As always, knees can be down as long as we've got that nice long line from those shoulders to those knees. Let's take it into our side plank. Even from those knees, we can just find that side plank. Lift that left hand. Keep those right hands down. If we're in that full plank, we're turning those heels to the side, open and up. Fabulous work. Your next exhale brings you back down. And then we've got our chaturanga, toes or knees. Lower it all the way down. When the chest hits the mat, go ahead and send those arms out nice and long. Lift it into that Superman. Nicely done. Let's find that lat pull, elbows down towards your sides. Plant those palms, plant those feet, press it up to our Cobra or baby Cobra. Nice downward facing dog. Activate the core, turn the toes under, press the hips up and back. All right, let's find that 3-legged dog, left leg, press it up and back, and then go ahead and bend that right knee, sweep that left leg forward. We're back in that lunge to take us to our warrior 3. So find that nice planted, that solid left leg. When you're ready, take your weight over top of it. And same as always, lifting in towards that warrior 3. Again, try and find that long spine, whether the toes have to stay down on the mat or whether you find that parallel with the torso. Excellent work, excellent work. Keep that core engaged here, looking good. Next exhale, steps that right foot down next to the left, forward fold into our chair. Sweep the arms up, sink those hips back. Nice bend in those knees. Again, nice long spine here, nice active core. Fabulous. Let's do that other side. Inhale takes us up, nice long spine. Left arm comes down, right arm comes up this time. Right foot is planted as we lift those right fingertips. Nice inhale brings us up to center. Exhale into our forward fold. Inhale to our halfway lift, flat back, long spine. And then to our spinal twist. Left fingertips stay down, right fingertips open up. Again, if you feel good in this position, if this spinal twist is okay, you're welcome to send it down a little bit further. You can also certainly stay right where you are. Next exhale brings our torso back to center, releases that spinal twist. We're back into that forward fold. Let's take it back for our low crescent. Left foot this time steps back nice and long. Bend that right knee. Keep that left hand planted. Open up that right hand. Again, check out that tension on that left hand. Make sure your core is active here, doing some of the work, and we don't have all that pressure down into that left wrist. Excellent. Go ahead and bring that right hand down to surround that foot. And then we're taking it back up into our full crescent lunge. Find your balance. Sweep those arms up. To our warrior two. Turn the left heel down. Open the arms. To our peaceful. Flip that front palm. Lift it up. From here, we're going to cartwheel it down. Right hand, left heel lifts. Right into our three-legged dog. Right foot presses up and back. Hip opener if you'd like it. Bend that knee. Open those hips towards that right wall. With your next inhale, go ahead and lengthen that leg to face the floor again. Set that right foot down next to the left. Let's take it out into that high push-up plank position. So those arms are long, those hands are planted. That's all that means. Once again, if you need those knees down on that ground, just try and find a nice long line from the knees to the shoulders. Here we are in that plank. And let's take it to our side plank. So opening up, right hand up towards the ceiling, left hand stays planted. And again, you can have those knees down if that works better for you. Fabulous, fabulous. Next exhale brings that right hand down next to the left, and then we find that chaturanga, lowering it from the toes or the knees, all the way down. As soon as you hit the mat, go ahead and take those arms out nice and long, and bring it up into that Superman. Fabulous. Here we go. Lat pull, elbows down towards your sides. Send those hands and those feet down to the mat, and then press it up into that Cobra or baby Cobra. Nicely done. Activate that core. Turn those toes under. Press those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Right foot, three-legged dog, very briefly. To send that right foot forward, bend the left knee. Sweep it underneath. Right foot plants. Find that nice stable base on that right foot. Bring it into that warrior three. So weight comes over it. Find that long spine. Again, maybe those toes tap down. Try and keep those hips even with the floor. So this is when we don't want to open up forward. We want to keep it down. Nice, looking good, looking good. Next exhale sends that left foot down next to the right, forward fold. And into that chair. Sweep those arms up, sink those hips back. Whew. Nicely done. Next inhale stands us up tall. Exhale circles the arms down and around. Same option once again. If there's a range of motion, it's going to feel good. Maybe those wrists are feeling it a little bit. Maybe give them a couple of circles. Maybe a sip of your beverage is what's going to be delicious for you. Maybe it's a spinal twist. Maybe something a little bit different. We've got about 4 nice deep breaths. And we're going to groove again one more time. Yeah, just enough time in this first 40 minutes to hit it one last time. Keeping it moving. 2 more nice deep breaths, making your way back towards your mat. Alrighty, fabulous. When you find that top of your mat, we're going to take our inhale to our arms up overhead and our single side lateral stretch. So inhale, go ahead and take them out now. And then our right hand is going to come down. Our left arm is going to reach up. So we've got that nice left side body stretch just to get us started here. Inhale up to center. Exhale into our fold, fingertips towards the toes. Inhale to our halfway lift. All right, here's that spinal twist on this first side. So right hand down, left arm opens up. Nicely done, nicely done. Next exhale brings that left hand back down. We're back in that fold. And let's go ahead and send that right foot back nice and long, toes down, heel up, torso stays low because we're going to send that right hand down towards the mat and that left arm open again. Excellent. Check that pressure on that right hand, not all of that weight down into that wrist. Next exhale, left comes down to next to the foot, and then we're coming up into our crescent. So find your balance. Sweep the arms up. Warrior two turns our right heel down and opens our arms. And then another left side body stretch. Flip that front palm, lift it up and back. We're cartwheeling down, left hand, right heel. Plant those hands. Left foot, three-legged dog. Send it up and back. Nice stretch. Hip opener if you'd like. Bending that left knee. Opening those hips however far you're comfortable with towards that left wall. Next inhale, lengthens that leg, evens those hips, sends the left down next to the right. High plank position, shoulders over wrists. This time, a little less of a pause in that plank position. Let's take it into that side plank. So again, toes or knees. Right hand stays down, left arm opens up. Fabulous. Next exhale, left hand comes down. We come back to center with those hips and those shoulders. Toes or knees, chaturanga all the way down. When you hit the bottom, arms come out long, Superman. Lat pull, elbows come in. Hands right outside the chest, plant the hands and the feet, and then press the chest out. Cobra, baby cobra. Whew. Excellent. Activate that core. Turn those toes under. Press those hips up and back. We're finishing this first side with our three-legged dog. That right foot, left foot sends up and back. Bend the right knee, sweep the left leg forward. We got that warrior three here. So taking your weight over your left leg, getting ready to come up. If you can, find that balance. Keep those hips towards the floor. Next exhale, right sends down next to the left, forward fold. Into our chair, sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Very nice, very nice. Next inhale stands us up. Second side, one more time in this first 40 minutes here. That left hand comes down, that right arm comes up. Inhale brings us up to center. Exhale into our fold. Inhale brings us to that halfway lift. We're opening that right arm up towards the ceiling for this second side. That left hand stays down. Again, if you'd like to, you can come a little deeper. If that doesn't feel good, keep it right where you are. Exhale brings that right hand down next to the left, back into that fold. Left leg is going to send back nice and long, toe down, heel up. Left hand stays down, right arm opens up. Nice, check that weight on that wrist. Exhale brings that right hand back down, back into that crescent. Find your balance, sweep the arms up. Take it to our warrior two, left heel turns down, arms open. Excellent job, you guys. Peaceful, flips our front palm, lifts it up and back. Let's cartwheel it down. Right hand, left heel to our three-legged dog. Hip opener if you'd like it. Bend that right knee, open those hips towards that side wall. Next inhale finds that long right leg, evens those hips. Send that right down next to the left. Downward facing dog to high push-up. Let's go right into that side plank here. Left hand down, right arm up. Again, toes or knees. If those knees are down, that is totally fine. Especially for those wrists, this is a little bit of a tough one. Nice. Next exhale brings us back down to center. And then when you get those hips to even, Knees or toes, lower it down, chaturanga. When you get there, Superman, extend those arms, lift it up. Nice, here we go, lat pull. Elbows come down towards the side. Plant those hands and the tops of those feet, press it up. Cobra or baby cobra. Nice, activate that core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Final movement takes us into our warrior 3. So this time, right foot, three-legged dog. Bend the left knee, sweep that right leg underneath, plant that foot down. Find your balance. When you get there and you have that balance, go ahead and get ready, bring it into that warrior 3. Find that nice active core. Nicely done. Next exhale sends that left foot down next to the right, forward fold. And into that chair to finish us off here. Bend those knees, send those arms up, hips back. One more nice deep breath. Can you get just another centimeter deeper into your chair? Next inhale stands us up nice and tall. Exhale circles the arms down and around. Let's take one more nice deep breath here in this first 40 minutes. Inhale takes us up. Let's have those palms meet up overhead, and our exhale pull us down to heart center. As always, if you're sticking around, same link, same information. If not, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. And namaste. Okay. All right, so starting out right at the top of that mat. We'll go back into it. Depending on how quickly we move, we'll either do it 1 or 2 more times. And we will definitely have a little bit of final relaxation this evening. So in the interest of that, let's start with our nice deep breath to take those arms out and up. So our inhale takes us up. And then we'll start with that first side, that lateral stretch. That right hand is going to come down. That left arm is going to come up over top. Nice big stretch there. Inhale takes us back up to center, and then our exhale into that forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Once again, right hand comes down, left arm opens up. Exhale brings us back down to center in that forward fold. Let's set that right foot back nice and long, toe down, heel up, torso stays low, because then we're going to send that right hand down to the mat, open up that left arm into that spinal twist. Nice. Our exhale brings that left hand back down, surrounding that foot, and then we're going to take it right up into our crescent lunge. Find your balance, sweep those arms up. Nice bend in that left knee, nice long right leg, finding that hip flexor stretch. Let's take it into our warrior 2. Right heel turns down, arms open. Peaceful, flips that front palm, lifts us up and back. Cartwheel it all the way down. Left hand, right heel. Three-legged dog. Left foot sends up and back. Hip opener if you'd like it. Bend that left knee, pull that hip open towards that left wall. If you found that, go ahead and lengthen that left leg, even those hips up, and then send that left down next to the right to our high push-up plank, shoulders over wrists. Toes or knees as always. Let's take it into our T plank. So open those shoulders again towards that left wall, lift that left hand, right hand stays planted. Maybe you need that right knee down, that's totally fine. Next exhale brings us back to center. Plant that left hand, even those hips, chaturanga, toes or knees, lower it down. All the way until that chest meets. And then send those arms out long, bring it up into that Superman. Nice lat pull. Here we go, elbows down towards the side. Now let's go ahead and plant those hands and those feet, press up into that Cobra or baby cobra. Activate the core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, down dog. Left foot, three-legged dog. Very briefly, because we're going to sweep it forward. Bend the right knee, sweep that left foot forward, plant it down, nice stable base for our warrior 3. Take your weight over that left foot, and then bring it on up. Same options as usual. Keep those hips nice and even towards the ground. So this is not one where we want to open. We want to keep them down. Next exhale sends that right foot down next to the left, back into our fold. Let's take it to our chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back. Nice, let's do that other side. Inhale, takes us up. Long spine, long legs, long arms. And then our left hand's gonna come down. Our right arm is gonna go up. Inhale brings us up to center. Forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. Halfway lift, flat back, long spine. Spinal twist, right arm opens, left arm stays down. Bring it back down to center. Back into that fold. Send that left foot back nice and long, toe down, heel up, low crescent lunge, spinal twist, left hand down, right arm opens towards that front knee. And let's go ahead and send that back down. Right foot, three-legged dog. Press it up and back. Hip opener if you'd like it. Bend that knee, open it up. And if you found that, go ahead, lengthen that leg, even those hips. Send that right down next to the left, and then out into our high push-up plank position. T-plank, side plank, right arm opens, left arm stays down. Nicely done. Right arm comes back down, even those hips, and then toes or knees, chaturanga, lower it down. All the way to the mat, chest meets, arms go out, and we lift into that Superman. Nicely done. Lat pull, elbows come down towards the sides. Plant those hands, plant those feet, press it up, Cobra or baby Cobra. Activate the core, turn those toes under, press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. All right, brief three-legged dog with that right foot. Bend the left knee, sweep it forward, plant it down. Warrior three, take your weight over that right foot, bringing it up when you're ready. Trying to keep those hips nice and even with the floor. Next exhale, left foot goes down next to the right, forward fold, and then into that chair. Sweep the arms up, sink the hips back, find that nice bend in those knees. Nice long spine. As always, if those arms can be around those ears, that's fabulous. If that lower back suffers because of it, make sure they're a little lower. Fabulous work. Give me a little bit more of a hold here to finish off strong. Can you get an extra centimeter or two? Nice. Give me one more nice deep breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Next inhale stands us up. Nice and tall, nice long legs, nice long arms. Exhale circles us down and around. If you need a sip, if you need a range of motion, go ahead, grab it now. Two more nice deep breaths wherever you are. We are not going to go all the way through it again because we do not have that kind of time and the time for our final relaxation, but we are going to do an abbreviated but stretching style version of it. So we will do some style of one more time on each side, a little less intense, a little more of a stretch. We're going to start from the top of that mat with our inhale to our nice long spine, nice long arms. This time we're going to do both sides lateral stretch. So either side that you'd like to start with, find that nice big stretch towards one direction. Inhale brings us up to center, and then exhale in that second direction. Inhale brings us up to center. Let's take it back to that forward fold, fingertips towards the toes. We're going to take an extra moment in this fold here, so you can choose an option of it aside from just that straight up fold if you'd like. Maybe it's that halfway lift, maybe those opposite hands, find those opposite elbows, and you have that little bit of a side to side. Maybe there's something else a little bit different that you prefer to do with your fold. Give me one more nice deep breath. Big inhale and exhale. Excellent. From here, we're going to take it right back into that crescent lunge. So take that right foot, bend those knees, step that foot back nice and long. Find your balance. We're going right up into our crescent. Sweep it up. Nice. And then we're going to take this down into our low crescent. So you can fold it forward and plant the hands if you'd like, or you can just send that right knee directly down to the mat, nice and soft. Top of that right foot meets, Let's bring it into our low lunge. Send those hands down to the inside of that knee. Nice hip flexor stretch. And let's send it back. Hips towards the heel. Lengthen that front leg. Lift those front toes. Hinge at the hips. Hamstring stretch. We haven't done a lot for those hamstrings tonight, so this might feel a little bit intense. We have that forward fold, but not a lot else targeting them. Nice. Go ahead and bend that front knee, plant that front foot, take it back to that lunge. We are going to find one more version of that twist. Right hand stays down, left arm opens. And you can stay right here. If you'd like to counter twist it with this leg forward, you can. With that left hand down inside that knee, a little bit more balance work on that one. And then that right arm opens up. Exhale brings that back down to center. We're going to go to our three-legged dog one more time here on this side. Turn that right toe under, lift the knee, send the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Once again, you can stay here. If you'd like that hip opener, you can find it, or we're going to continue this pause just a little longer. So if you do like to flip that dog, you're welcome to do it this final time through. And wherever you were, making sure that left hand is then planted, lengthen that left leg, send it down next to the right. We're going to take it down into that low flow very briefly. Shoulders out over wrists, toes or knees, lower it all the way down. One more time in that Superman last time, so we won't do this Superman on that second side, but arms come out, lift it up. Elbows come down towards your side. Plant those feet and those hands, press it into that Cobra or baby Cobra. And then let's take it back for our child's pose. Knees come wide as those hips come up and over, big toes close together. Send the hips back towards the heels. Fabulous. Go ahead and lift those hips, curl those toes under, press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and bend those knees, step or hop those feet forward to meet those hands, forward fold. Another 2 nice deep breaths in our fold. So final time here, if you'd like something a little different than just that straight up fold, feel free to find it. Excellent. We're going to take it to that other side, crescent lunge. So bend those knees a little bit. Send that left foot this time back nice and long. Sweep the arms. Nice. We're going to send it directly down. So again, if you'd like to fold it forward for a little more balance, you can. If not, bend in both of those knees for that left knee to meet top of that left foot. Send those hands down into that nice low lunge. Send it back for that hamstring stretch. Bring it forward for that low lunge. Spinal twist, left hand down, right arm open. And again, you can stay here, you can counter twist. Right hand down inside that knee, left arm open. Left hand comes back down. Three-legged dog. Left toes curl under, left knee lifts, right foot sends up and back. Last moment here, if you'd like that hip opener or that flipped dog, feel free to find it. Let's bring it back on over to center, downward facing dog. And then we're going to send those knees down nice and wide, those hips back towards those heels for that child's pose. Alrighty, now from here, you've got a couple of options. If child's pose feels particularly good right now, or you want to add that side to side range of motion, rocking those hands over to the right and left, you're welcome to. If Cobra or child's pose to Cobra as a flow is going to feel good, you're welcome to do that as our final active range of motion. If being in this position is wildly uncomfortable for you and you prefer not to be here, we are going to go into our final relaxation next, where you will have the option to choose your most comfortable positioning. Or you can make your way there now if you'd prefer to not be in this position for our next 4 nice deep breaths. Fabulous. I've got one more nice deep breath in my flow or in your child's pose with those hands coming side to side. And then from there, if you did not already make that move to somewhere else, I invite you to go ahead and make an adjustment towards your final relaxation position of choice. It does not need to be the same one you always do, but maybe it is. If it's something that you feel more comfortable doing now that we're from home and you don't have to be in a studio, so maybe it becomes legs up the wall or something a little bit different that you prefer to do from the privacy of your own home. This is a great opportunity for that. When you make your way to that final relaxation position, I invite you to take 2 nice deep breaths to find your scan of the body to finish off here. So noticing from the top of the head, tips of the toes, if any tension remains. With your exhale, can you release it a little bit? Allow gravity to pull you a little bit closer towards the floor. Allow those muscles to relax and release. As you complete that scan of the body, those next 2 nice deep breaths, I invite you to find a little bit of extra tension and relaxation. So as you inhale, find a little bit of tension throughout the body, maybe starting from the top of the head, finding the shoulders drawing up towards the ears, the hands ball into fists, the muscles in the face scrunch, the toes scrunch, the muscles in the legs. And then with that exhale, find that little bit of extra release, relaxation with all those muscles that you just tensed one more time like that. That nice big inhale finds that extra little bit of tension, that active tension that you create. And then that exhale finds that nice big final release into your final resting position. Taking a couple of moments of gratitude for your Monday evening, gratitude to yourself for showing up, for being on your mat today, for being in the moment, and for showing up for you. And then gratitude towards anything else that you are feeling thankful about this evening as we move into November towards Thanksgiving. Maybe it's a friend or family member. Maybe it's a material thing. Maybe it's your morning coffee that you enjoy every day. Maybe it's the adult beverage that you're looking forward to after this. It doesn't need to be anything super deep, but just something that you're feeling particularly thankful for this evening, this week, this month as we move into November. From that nice, solid, still position, as you find that little bit of extra gratitude for your Monday evening, go ahead and take 2 more nice deep breaths, allowing that expansion of the chest, of the ribs, of the belly, and that exhale for that release. One more time, just like that. That big inhale for that expansion, and that exhale for release. On your next inhale, I invite you to find a little bit of extra length. So if you're down on your back, maybe arms come up overhead, legs go a little longer. As you exhale, go ahead and pull in towards center, knees towards the chest. Hold those arms around the knees. And then we're going to come up to that comfortable seated. So if you're not already there, go ahead and roll towards your favorite side or up and over and bring it on around that comfortable seated position. Alrighty, and we'll finish with 3 nice deep breaths just to complete our practice leading with those arms. That inhale takes us out. Nice big stretch, long way from center, and our exhale circles us down. One more time, exactly like that. Our inhale takes us up. And our exhale brings us down. On our 3rd and final deep breath, those palms will meet up overhead. Our inhale takes us up. Palms meet. And our exhale pulls the hands down to heart center. Thank you, as always, for joining me this Monday evening. I am grateful for all of you tonight and into the month of November. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your night, fabulous rest of your week. The light in me honors the light in you. Bowing as we say,